All right. Do we know what's going?
It's going.
Awesome.
Hooray!
Hello, everybody. We were group 1 for the WPO, and we will be presenting our WPO experience with you guys today. So I'm Abbey.
SaQuoyah. I'm Rachelle. I'm Kylee.
Okay, so we'll just go ahead and get started, I guess.
So for the brief overview of our facility, we did the VA hospital. We decided not to pick one specific VA hospital, but rather do the hospitals in general. So we didn't have to try and search one specific one. I guess that kind of goes with the agency too. We decided to do the mental health department specifically, and this is the link to our WPO if you'd like to look at it.
And the reason that we are in the mental health department is because we did get in contact with a CTRS in the VA hospital, and that is the department that she is in, so we thought it was relatively safe to go with that department. So when we were discussing the grade that we thought we should get on our final draft of the WPO, we think that we should get an A because throughout this process we have kept ahead on all of the assignments that were due. We have been referencing the examples given. We've been just being in a lot of contact with each other, and we have done a lot of research into the VA hospital and tried to incorporate that into all of the sections of our WPO.
So what went well? As frustrating as it could have been, there were actually a lot of things that went well with our group. I think for one, our group is just really awesome, and we were good at staying in contact with each other. So one thing that we thought was going to be a struggle was the whole Thanksgiving holiday in the middle of the semester when we still had sections due and everything, and but we decided to get together more often each week and get ahead on our WPO, and so I think that really helped us out a lot. We were able to get a few sections done ahead of time so that we didn't have to stress and get together during the Thanksgiving break, and I think that really helped us in the long run. We were good at communicating with each other if we maybe needed help with a section or if we had questions about what we were working on. And yeah, like I said before, we just were really good at working together. I think maybe because we've just had classes together in the past and we know each other very well, and we can get together here in Rexburg since it went really well for us. What do you guys think?
I have to agree. I think that being able to meet together was probably one of the best things. If we had to do everything online, I'm pretty sure I would have skipped half of them because I hate doing things on the computer. So it was nice to be in person.
And the fact that we blocked out 2 days a week to meet helped us. We blocked out probably 4 hours a week to meet if we needed. We didn't have to meet all that time, but we had blocked out time, so if we needed to meet, we could.
Yeah, and I really liked how we can communicate with each other. And, you know, like Abby had mentioned earlier, is that we worked really well, and if we needed help on an assignment, we were able to do that because all of us are seniors. Some of us are doing internships next semester, some the semester after. And, you know, we're very busy, and so it was nice to be able to rely on each other, you know, and just kind of say, okay, I understand you're busy right now, like we'll help you out. And then we just all helped each other. It wasn't more of, no, you need to do this work, and, you know, making it all about like being all stressful. We tried to work with each other, and getting ahead was super nice just because it can relieve a little bit more stress. So that was really helpful, and those are a lot of things that I feel like our group did really well on to create the WPO that we did.
Awesome. So what didn't go well is we felt that this online course
was a little bit harder to do, just because the content of this course is very important for our careers, and doing it online, there can be a lot of miscommunication. So a lot of things we felt were left out of the instructions or the rubric and what was graded, and we had felt that things were very unclear, and trying to communicate with your instructor but also do the assignments, not having it in class was pretty hard, and we feel like it didn't go the best, and we didn't know what to expect because we've never done this before. This is a class where we get to learn and make mistakes, and so we really didn't know what was expected, because I think a lot of it were the instructions.
So this is up to the caliber of our SPD and IPPs that we've done in other classes, and I think the reason that this was so much more difficult than the SPD and IPP is the online factor. When you are with a teacher, you can ask questions that you can't really convey over text or email. Things get misconstrued and everything when you're communicating through that medium. And also with our SPDs, Abby and I were in the same group, and we went with the teacher once a week and got continual feedback with it. And I think that is what makes it easier as well. And when you have an online course, the teacher has so much more, a lot going on. She has other classes, and you just can't communicate as effectively.
Going with that, there are no set office hours with a teacher who does it online schedule, which is one of the great things about online classes. But if they don't have a set office hour, you don't know exactly when they're going to be able to get back to you and when you could contact them or call them even.
Yeah, I think mainly it was just that aspect of not being in person with the instructor to be able to ask questions and get answers right away and be able to explain things clearly. So that was a very difficult aspect of this assignment and this course in general.
This is such a personable degree too.
Yeah. All right.
So we learned pretty early on that a group text with all of us constantly talking to each other and keeping that open line of communication 24/7 was really helpful, because all of us have a different schedule too. Closer to the end of the semester, we started saying, hey, I just finished this assignment, not only to remind everybody else, hey, don't forget to do this assignment too, but also I felt like it kind of helped us to be excited for each other when we did finish something, and it made it a little bit more fun, because none of us particularly loved this class. But it's okay, we made it work. We also learned that when you pull on outside resources, it really made a huge difference. And for this it's important to make everyone as one idea. It's important for everybody to be on the same page, and to not use different language. I mean, if somebody's going to say facility for for the pieces that they're working on, and somebody else is going to say agency, it might be a little confusing. So.
Yeah, and I think for me, one of the biggest things I learned from this experience was trying to put myself in that professional situation. Like one day I am going to be working in a professional facility as a CTRS, so what is going to be important or necessary at that time concerning this topic, whether it's like safety or management or whatever. So just trying to really put myself in that situation by drawing on those outside resources and thinking, oh, okay, so this facility or agency really does have this policy and procedure. Like, why would they have it like that? And trying to analyze those different things and understand why things are important and why we need them in the WPO and things like that. So that was a big thing that I learned.
Yeah, I really liked the communication, and it was very important to have right at first, and along with communicating with the professor as best that you can, because like we mentioned earlier, they don't have set hours, and you don't want to just email them in the middle of the night and try and get a hold of them because of an assignment. And so just making a constant communication so that you're on the same page is super important when you're doing any online class, not just this one, but I think any online class is to just have communication with them so that you know and you can get the best out of what you're learning, like the most out of it.
And just knowing what resources you have access to is a real help. You can draw on experiences from other classes. You can look at resources from so many other things that you don't have. You don't have to do it all yourself. You can pull on those resources.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it stuck?
Yeah. Your first pause.
No, I put it on.